has there ever been anything that you felt like, I don't want to say that on a record? Like it feels like.
That's a great question. I always said to myself, if I said it on record, I never retract my statements. Because it's my self-expressions. You can have your opinions on it, you can feel a certain type of way, but it's how I feel. And I can't contradict that at all, you know, and sometimes I do come across them lines, you know, as rappers, as, you know, we always have that, you know, that thing about us where, you know, it is controversy, you know, but it came from some type of inspiration, and I have to say it. I have to be vocal about it, you know.
And do you ever look back on any and feel like you'd like to change any of the things that you've written, or?
It'll be me saying I want to go deeper. I should have went deeper.
I see.
You know, I shouldn't have held back, you know, but moving along, I know, okay, you're not finna be in a box and saying what you want to say, and that's where I'm at now.
Content-wise, do you feel like you could talk about anything, or do you feel an obligation to talk about certain things?
I could talk about anything.
That's great.
Anything. I could talk about anything, and this is the challenge for me. Being able to talk about anything and make it connect, you know, to a listener, where the listener can either feel like you or feel like they understand you, or you have just a deeper connection through the music with the listener. Talking to a little kid and making that represent something and feel like something, or saying the most brutal, harsh things on record where, you know, society may not want to hear it, you know, but still having that connection. And that's what I think music is about for me, period.
Do you think about how to ask this? Let's talk about how you got to this place of doing this. Like, what would have been inspirations along the way for you, musically, lyrically, or philosophically, that got you to this stage?
Oh man, that's a journey. I think first off it had to be how I was raised, you know, in an environment where having the idea of my father being, you know, just a complete realist, just in the streets, and my mother having this idea of being a dreamer, and me traveling the world and doing all these things that I'm doing today. It starts there first, you know, before I even heard any type of melody or lyric. That was implanted in me first. That's just DNA, you know, of who I am. And the things I talk about today, it's always the yin and the yang, the good versus the evil. And that's how I feel as a person. And eventually that, we're getting that, eventually that pushed me toward the music that I love to listen to, you know, and it came from Tupac, Biggie, Jay. I mean, you know, your usual suspect. These were the people that was played in my household that not only I loved to listen to, but it kind of complemented my DNA, because these artists always had different perspectives on life in general, and they put that in their lyrics and they put that in their music. And as a kid, I connected with it, you know, because I see my older cousins going through the same type of feelings and emotion that these artists are going through. And as I started to write and dig into my own thing, it just progressed in that same nature, you know.